don't forget, Aaron Judge is one of the most confident dudes I've ever been around. So don't give him any reason to be more confident. Coming in hot, Chinch. What's going on, brother?
Ooh, that's that adrenaline you got probably from going to the PJ show last night, isn't it? How was it?
What a show at the Garden, dude. At the Garden to see Pearl Jam, Carly's first show. Sarah was there, her friend Liza. We had a blast, dude. Side stage. Had a little VIP pass, which is nice. That means you can go to the bathroom during the concert. You can like get a Pellegrino or whatever you want, in downstairs. So it was awesome, dude. They brought it. They love playing the Garden. Yeah. Ed was so fired up. The set list was incredible. If you're a real Pearl Jam fan last night, like that was the show to go to because they had a lot of new Dark Matter, new album, a lot of Dark Matter songs, a lot of just some, Inside Job, Upper Hand, like just some old school songs too. It was awesome, dude.
Yeah, I saw one clip. Our girl Shannon goes to all those shows.
Oh, yeah, Shannon was there. She was texting me. She's like, you here? I'm like, I know you're here. She's like, I'm in the upper tank, but I'm going tomorrow night too. Micah was there. Micah Karg was there. There was a lot of people.
Dude, they played the Beatles, right? At the end? Did I hear?
Just imagine. Yeah, Ed sat down and said, listen to Imagine. Yeah, Imagine was incredible. And everyone got their phones out, had the lights going. It was awesome, man. And then they keep on rocking the free world. They ended with keep on rocking the free world and Indifference.
Oh boy.
To end it, which I do love Yellow Ledbetter. So that's a little disappointing. I'm like, man, Yellow Ledbetter. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Dude. Man, they don't make them like that anymore. No offense, but dude, those rock.
Dude, that's a real rock and roll band. I don't care, kids. I don't know how whoever's listening out there. We know some 18 to 35-year-olds are. If you haven't seen Pearl Jam in person, you're doing a disservice to yourself, your community, the country, and your kids. Let's get a hold of yourselves. And every young kid that was in that crowd, I was like, now that's a good father. Now that's a good father. Now that's a good father. Dude, my son's Andrew, his first concert ever was Tom Petty, and his next concert was Bob Seger. And I said, I'm not sending these kids off to college if they don't know Petty, Seeger, The Boss, Pearl Jam. I'm like, do whatever you want when you're 18, but you're not leaving this house without actually knowing some songs. I looked over at my daughter Carly. She was singing Black and Alive and Once and Small Town, all that stuff. They didn't play Small Town last night too, which was they went deep, dude. They went if you're you got to be. One last thing I'll say, Chinch. When I went and saw The Boss, you realize there's Boss fans. You look to the left, this one dude knew every word. I was like, I'm not a true Boss fan. I'm not a true Springsteen fan. I know Born to Run and all those, I know those ones, what I mean? I know Brilliant Disguise, Philadelphia. Yep. This guy was songs I've never heard of in my life. He ripped every single lyric. Look to my right, there's a girl, every lyric. Dude, for last night was for the Pearl Jam fans.
You knew every word.
There were some B-side songs. You're like, let's go.
You know the B-sides though to Pearl Jam.
Yeah, no, I that's what I'm saying. I'm a legit Pearl Jam because I knew those songs, but I'm not a legit Springsteen fan. I'm more of a Born to Run, Tunnel of Love Springsteen fan.
Hey, Tunnel of Love. I like that one too. All right, Tunnel of Love in Los Angeles. I don't know, and there's no transition.
That's good segue, dude. I like it.
Thanks. Dude, it happened with the Yankees a few weeks ago. Who did they walk? Soto.
They walked Soto, yeah, to pitch the Judge. Oops.
Now, the Angels walked their former player, Shohei Ohtani, to get to Mookie Betts, who went kaboom. The whole thing about it is I hope they play in the World Series. Those lineups, the fans of each team on opposite side, when you're facing the Dodgers lineup, you got to be terrified. And then you get in the playoffs where you got to win 4-2 games more often than now. These lineups are out of control.
Oh, dude, it's incredible. And it's awesome, when you see that happen. Because, dude, don't forget, Aaron Judge is one of the most confident dudes I've ever been around. So don't give him any reason to be more confident. And then you saw that. They walk Soto, Judge goes deep. Mookie Betts is one of the most confident guys out there. He bowls 300 games. Anything he touches, horseback riding, skiing, whatever this guy wants to do, bocce, he's the best, right? He is the ultimate competitor. Don't give Mookie Betts a reason to be that much better, and then bam, there's the 3-run bomb to win it. Dude, I look back. I think back in my career, 2004, I'm raking, dude. I was hitting like 394 in the middle of June, almost 400, like legit. I mean, with pumps, I had 16 pumps in the second. I hit 355 at the break. And it was like in June, Jack McKeon intentionally walked me to get to Ken Griffey Jr.
Oof.
Bam! 3-run bomb.
Yes.
3-run bomb. Griff's rounding third and just stares right at Jack McKeon, who was with the Marlins at the time, just stares down. Like, oh, yeah, you're going to walk Casey to get to me, one of the greatest hitters of all time? Don't forget who I am. You know, Griff was hurt at the time, banged up a little bit, and I was hot. I don't care, dude. Don't give Ken Griffey Jr., Aaron Judge, Mookie Betts, some of the best hitters in the game. Don't give them a reason to take their greatness to another level.
Hey, man, you're right. Hey, you can't put Aaron Judge in center field. Guess what? He can play center field. No, you can't put Mookie Betts at shortstop. Guess what?
He can play short. Exactly.
Yeah. Those guys could probably pitch too. I mean, they just didn't do it.
Dude, 100%.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is, man. Some of those athletes, you know, you grow up being a really good athlete, and then you see those guys who are just different type of athletes, and you're like, I thought I was something, but like this is something, and it just seems natural, but it's not natural for those guys. They work hard on it, which takes them to another level.
Well, the thing is, they're so talented, and then they put the work in.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of guys that are talented, and then they put the work in and become big leaguers. Then there's guys that are like uber talented that work, and you're like, now that's different. That's a different human right there, a different animal, right? Different version of like what talent looks like. Those are your superstars, your Cooperstown guys, your 1%ers. You know what I mean? Like, and you notice, they look, and obviously too, their body composition is a little different. You know what I mean? They're a little stronger, a little bigger. You know, but like I mean, I guess a guy like Mookie Betts, but he's wiry, strong. He's so coordinated. Eye-hand coordination. There's usually one superpower in there for these superstar players. There's a superpower, whether it's eye-hand coordination, whether it's strength, whether it's whatever it is.
Yeah, Mariano Rivera, it was like flexibility. Like he could repeat his motion from 20 years old to 45 years old. It's like a weird thing. You can't look that up in a doctor manual. Like,
right.
Get like him. You can't. Some guys
like Pedro Martinez had a finger that came all the way. Literally, it looked like a ruler. Yeah. And it went and a ruler that bent backwards. I'm like, now that's different because you get up to Pedro, like this guy's not that big. Then you talk to him. First off, he thinks he's 6'7", 270 Jack Diesel, and he's got a finger that's a ruler that comes backwards that he just would dominate people with. Same thing with Pedroia. When I first was next to Dustin Pedroia, I'm like, how is this guy? I mean, I was like, he's going to take his shirt off and he's going to look like Schwarzenegger. That must be the X factor. Yeah. Then he takes his shirt off and looks like Winnie the Pooh. I'm like, this guy doesn't look like Schwarzenegger. Are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. Then he goes out and plays and I'm like, this guy thinks he's Schwarzenegger and Don Mattingly and, you know what I mean? And Ryan Sandberg all into one person. And he's going to dominate you, you know, mentally. So that was his superpower. Like, you know, Dustin Pedroia, his superpower was he was better than every person in the big leagues mentally, and he got every bit out of his talent.
Yeah, for you kids out there who never really saw Pedroia, like you look at Alex Bregman now, he's got that same kind of mold.
Exactly.
My size, but he's bigger than you. No matter what, he's bigger than you in his head. So good stuff there. Speaking of heads, okay, there's a transition. Not again. Whit Merrifield got drilled and was not happy about it and had something very interesting to say. Obviously, he was pissed. You're getting hit in the head, you're going to be pissed, understandably. But I want you to listen to what he said here, and then we'll talk about it after.
It's ridiculous. The way where the game's at right now, it's just ridiculous. We lost Riley. We almost lost Mike. We almost lost Darno in a span of 2 or 3 weeks. The way pitchers are throwing now, there's no remorse or the regard for throwing up and in. You guys are throwing as hard as they can, and they don't care where the ball goes. And it's it's just they can't. You can't hit a guy anymore back. There's no fear that, oh, if I hit this guy, our guy's going to get hit. That's not in the game anymore. Pitchers don't have to hit anymore, so they don't have to stand in the box. And the teams are bringing pitchers up that don't know where the ball's going. They throw 100 miles an hour, so we're like, all right, we'll see if we can get the guys out. Just set up down the middle and throw it as hard as you can. And it's driving me nuts, and I hate where the game's at right now with that. And I'm on the rules committee, and we got a call tomorrow, and it's going to be a long conversation on what we got to do to make pitchers think about. I just took 95 right off the head. I'm very lucky that it got me in a good spot, and I got to go get a CAT scan. I'm out of the game. He gets to stay in the pitch. I'm probably not going to be able to play tomorrow. No repercussion on his part. And, I mean, without being overdramatic, that was my life on the line right there. So I'm sick of it. It's happening way too much. I watched Taylor Ward get hit in the face last year and have to get reconstructive surgery. Justin Turner got hit in the face last year. It's happening at an exponential rate. Guys are getting hit in the hand. Mookie Betts broke a bone in his hand this year. It's just ridiculous, and it has to be adjusted. It has to be fixed, or God forbid, something terrible is going to happen. If this hits me in a different spot, it's just pathetic. It's frankly pathetic that some of the pitchers that were running out there that don't know where the ball's going at the major league level.
Man, I tell you what, that hits home for me. I understand what he's saying. I got knocked out by Robert Person, 2002, 3-1 pitch, 98, right in my ear. Concussion, knocked me out, broke my helmet, sliced my ear open. It's super scary. And then a couple years later, that same year, a couple weeks later, Bonds, we threw inside the Bonds. Bonds was so on the dish. Nobody hit him, Gabe White. So their closer, I believe his name was Rodriguez, he throws 99. I just come back from a concussion. 99 hits me right in the shoulder, ricochets off my helmet. I throw my helmet down, bench is clear. You know what I mean? It was, melee, whatever. But I remember being, pissed off. I hear it in Whit Merrifield's voice. He's pissed. You shouldn't be you shouldn't be in the box and feel like your life's on the line. Seriously, I'm saying that. I say that for real because that's a weapon. When would you ever let somebody have a rock that throws at 100 miles an hour and have a risk of somebody doming you in the head? Yeah. Right? I got hit. I also got an orbital fracture, not in the box, but when I was in the big leagues when I first got there.
Wait, you froze, Case. You froze.
To
Wait, hold on.
Another degree.
Wait, hold on. You froze.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know with my connection.
That last sentence.
Am I back?
You're back.
Okay. Getting hit in the face with a baseball, dude, it rattles you. I don't care who you are. I don't care how old you are. We've had kids stop playing the game because they gotten hit, not even in the face, just in the ribs. Mm-hmm. But you're talking about the 1%ers, the elite of the elite, are now throwing the ball 100. Ben Joyce threw 100.
105.5.
105.5, dude. The reaction time, dude, it's tough to react to that, anything. So any turn inward, you saw Stanton get hit in the face a couple years ago. It's scary stuff. So I understand what he's saying. And back in the day, we used to be like, dude, first off, if you're going to do that, someone's getting drilled. Mm-hmm. Someone's getting drilled. But now the warnings come out so quick. Everybody's, warnings. They don't let the players police the game anymore. So I almost feel like I understand what Merrifield's saying. It is so scary getting hit in the head, dude. It's no joke. Concussion, life-changing stuff. It's serious stuff. I remember I just had my son Andrew at the time, and it rattles you because you're like, dude, that's not okay. That's not okay. That's not why I play the game. But I remember when guys used to pitch in and hit guys in the head, you'd be like, bro, you're a big leaguer. You can't – a big leaguer's got to have more control of the strike zone and more control of the baseball where it's going. But nowadays, that's what they're teaching, dude. They're teaching velocity first. Doesn't matter where it's going. Just throw it. Let the ball work for you. So you're not teaching command. You're calling these guys up quicker than you've ever called them up before. No one's really teaching you how to pitch. So it's getting scarier. So I love what Merrifield said. He's on the rules committee. If you've ever been hit in the head before or in the face, you know what I mean? You're going to have a different perspective of what the heck's going on here. Yeah. So I don't know how they could police it, Chinch, but I do know it's scary as hell and it's no joke. And I mean, I find myself getting a little angry right now and a little upset about it because, like I said, you can look at that and go, "Oh, dude, you got to play the game. That's why you get in the box." No, that's not true. I don't get in the box to get hit in the face. I don't get hit in the. I mean, I'm a ninja, right? If you threw a ball in BP anywhere, I could hit it where. Oh, you want to hit 5 to right? You want me to hit someone in dead center? I'm a big leaguer. If you're a big leaguer on the bump, you should be able to hit the strike zone 3 inches on either side, up and down in the zone, just above it, just down, not running it into guys' faces and heads, you know, at a rate that we've never haven't seen in a long, long time, or maybe ever. Back when the guys used to headhunt, maybe like a Bob Gibson or something like that, but that was a different generation. So it's definitely worth a conversation, and I see where Whit Merrifield's coming, having been hit in the head a few times and had a concussion and been knocked out and stuff. It's scary stuff.
Yeah, I love your passion there, and I totally understand it, and I agree with it. And the other thing is, in the other sports, hey, look, you need this. You need, first of all, you want everybody on the field. You want your best team on the field. That's best for the fans. That's best for the broadcast. That's best for everybody. And you want them to be safe. Other leagues have done some things. Look, back in the day, you're talking about Bob Gibson. You can't pitch like Bob Gibson anymore. Maybe put some rules in that these guys are now throwing that hard to do it that way. You know, you can't clothesline somebody in the NFL anymore. And
right.
I mean, I like looking at the videos. It's pretty crazy to see it in the 50s and 60s, but you can't do that anymore. You can't horse tackle a guy anymore. Maybe there's certain little adjustments they can very smartly make, and they have very, very, very smart people in the league office to try to figure out maybe
you're gone. You hit somebody in the face or head, you're gone. Yeah. You're ejected. You're instantly ejected. I mean, I don't know. Like I was saying, like, how do you protect the hitters? How do you to protect the hitter? Guys just get hit in the face. You're gone, dude. Hit a guy in the face and the head. You can't control a fastball in the strike zone in the big leagues. You're gone. You got to get better. Yeah. Then you start telling guys, hey, dude, you can't, you can't. There's a difference between pitching up and in and throwing it at, where it rides into a guy's head like that. So many guys are throwing 2-seamers now at 100 and they, can't control it. It's like, it's scary. I remember too, in the paper after I got hit in Cincinnati. We just happened to be going to San Francisco the next day. And Scott Williamson was trying to defend me, who was one of our closers at the time, or our setup guy at Graves. It was like, if they want to hit our guy in the face, we're going to kind of threw that out there. So the next day in the paper, they're like, oh, there's Casey, and Reds are looking for retaliation. So sure enough, I had mentioned, like Whit Merrifield did. He's like, dude, I have kids. Yeah. And I said that I just had Andrew. So I'm like, dude, I got kids. Like, I'm not looking for a guy to throw 99, totally intentional throwing at me, rocketed off my, shoulder into my head. Like, I had just been knocked out 2 weeks ago. I said, dude, I have kids. So we go out to San Francisco. Do I go on deck my first time? And these two dudes are just like, we have kids too, Casey. We have kids too. I'm like, really? Is that what we're doing?
I love it. Great job, man. That's great stuff. Good insight from you, dude. Yeah. One more thing, from Whit Merrifield to Bobby Witt Jr. and the poor Royals, man. That's an oxymoron, poor Royals. But you point to one reason why they have not won a game in a week since they tied the Cleveland Guardians. You have one main reason why.
I think Vinny Pasquantino is that big of a deal to that team. Drove in 97 runs. Is Witt's protection. And I just feel like, dude, and he has an energy about him too. I just feel like, I said it on MLB Central, I think last week, right when it happened, probably about a week ago, that, it's going to be a big, big loss losing Pasquantino in the middle of that lineup. Has 97 ribbies, one of their big run producers, hitting 360 runners in scoring position. You don't just go bring that guy up. You don't just go find that guy off the bench. Like, that's a legit piece that you're missing. And you could see right now, they lost 7 in a row. Now's not the time to lose 7 in a row, but a lot of teams have, no one really capitalized on that.
No.
No one, do you agree? Like, no one really, I'm looking at the standings right now, but it looks like no one really capitalized on, them losing that many games.
Right.
You got Boston's, their tailspin, dude. They're 70 and 69 now.
How about that?
I said Boston's 70 and 69. They didn't do anything. They've lost 4 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit trying to make a run. They're right, a game above Seattle. They're losing. So like, so many teams had a chance to make a run right now with Kansas City losing 7 in a row, and everyone's losing. So
yeah,
Kansas City's is getting lucky. They're dodging a bullet right now.
Yeah, you separate the men from the boys right now. Even looking in the National League, the Dodgers have a cushion. They got a cushion now in that division. It's just you can't waste games right now. You just cannot waste games. Teams are fixing out. There's only a few games left.
You can't slip up, and the Mets are coming. Dude. Half game back. The Cubs need to keep going. Yeah. They're trying to get there. They're 3 over 500. Atlanta, can they hold on? You know what I mean? Who knows what's happening here? I mean,
the best pitcher in baseball right now, Atlanta does.
Right, exactly. Chris Sale, there's no doubt going to win the Cy Young, but Mets are making a move, and it's fun. This is fun.
It's fun. That's what we're here for. Mets were 11 games under 500. They are now 11 games over 500, and they are a half game breathing down the Braves' back. I love that rivalry. I love that.
Literally, with garlic breath, dude. With garlic breath.
Yeah. All right, brother. I'm gonna go crank up some of my one of my live Pearl Jam albums for you. I want to listen to some Pearl Jam.
Dude, I've been listening to it too, dude. Pearl Jam, it rekindles the flame in you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that. I can't even explain what song.
Okay. Dude, by the way, Mike McCready is one of the greatest lead guitarists. It's so legit. So legit.
I believe you. Okay.
Okay. All right, Gigi, listen, have a great rest of the day. Get your Pearl Jam going. Everybody out there, subscribe, download, please. We need you. We need you now. We need you big. And we'll see everybody tomorrow. See you, brother.